Hello, everybody. This is True Demon, the Devil Stockbroker. I was in the Discord at Hell's Trading Floor, just sitting in the trading floor with most of the other dudes, hanging out. And while I was sitting there, I saw a big alert hit on Revlon. I didn't have enough time to start a stream or really do anything, so I just hit record, and I basically found a signal that shows that market makers are about to start delta hedging. In fact, they're already delta hedging as I'm speaking. Um, for Revlon Inc. And right now, the shares are currently trading at about $6.76. It's kind of bouncing around off of support right now, but there's options trading signals triggering right now that I wanted to get in front of everybody and alert people to, because what's happening right now is they're basically preparing to take this stock into the upside direction, and it's probably going to happen very quickly. So I'll just take you guys straight into it, and you can see what I saw. Ooh, guys. I just noticed something. I just noticed something. Revlon Revlon triggered some of my unusual whales alerts. I've got some custom alerts set for Revlon, and a couple of the other squeeze tickers. Let me go ahead and share my screen with y'all. So all of these are deep in the money calls that are being purchased for millions of dollars, all expiring this Friday. And all of these have a delta higher than 0.95. This is
Oh,
the signal that I've been talking about. This is the signal when market makers are trying to cover and they have no other way to do it. They
yeah.
need to get out of their shares. This is how they do it. They go and get them out of the options market with deep in the money calls, and they exercise them immediately. They're doing it
Oh,
right
look at
now.
that.
They're
Yeah,
doing
look
it
at that.
right now.
Holy shit. Look at that. Wow.
Oh shit. Okay. So this is where people have to start being really careful and consider hedging in both directions. But given that given that this is so heavy right now, this volume is so heavy, I think that Revlon may move by a significant amount over the next couple of days. Um, they're going to exercise this by Friday, but the deliveries are going to happen next week. So don't get anything, not financial advice, but the anything that is out of the money right now this Friday is probably going to expire worthless. They're going to try to hold it down here as long as they can and get all of these fills. If you're going to get anything, stick to at the money for July 15th or further, but like within 30 days is good enough.
Wriggling my way to profits right now. Thank you, Jakob. Good call.
This
TDD.
this is
When
excellent.
this stuff starts to happen, though, this isn't like that. Doesn't mean isn't this just one of the cycles that can happen? Like whoever, so the market makers are trying to cover by buying deep in the money calls. Like we've been down this road in the past where they buy them. All it does is shift it to somebody else. So somebody else, whichever market maker's filling them, or taking that side of it, they can kick it again. They can just wait a couple weeks, and then whenever their FTDs get pinged, all they do is go out and buy the deep in the money calls.
Yeah, they keep repeating the cycle until retail gets bored, but they can keep rehypothecating these over and over again, but they still have to produce this in order to actually start the covering process. And what it's going to do is it's going to put pressure on the short institutions. Anybody that doesn't have that ability to start covering those failures to deliver, those are the ones that are going to get pushed, okay? Those guys are the ones that are going to get squeezed. Now, retail can jump on this. That's what I'm trying to say is if retail starts buying up the shares and the deep in the money calls, then they can take them out of the hands of the market makers before they can get to them. And if we take enough of them, that actually takes their chance of covering with those options away because they still have to come from somewhere, and they're choosing these deep in the monies because they know retail won't buy them. They're going after these specifically because they know retail won't purchase them and they won't exercise them. You have to purchase these with the intent to exercise. They've dropped the price down here to get it as low as possible, but these in the money calls, they're still at a delta of 0.95 or higher. Most of them are 0.99 or 1.0. So these are extremely expensive, but purchasing these calls is basically no different than preparing to exercise at market price. So it's basically buying shares at market price because the delta is so high and theta is just about done eating up these options. The intrinsic value in this is enough that you're basically only going to add like 10 cents to your cost basis by taking these in the money calls. Now, I don't think that retail is going to buy these. Even if I were to say something, I don't think that they would start buying these deep in the money calls and exercising them. But that is how the pain would be put on these market makers, and that would prevent them from actually covering with these options. It would take them out of the circulation, and they wouldn't be able to exercise them to get them. They would have to go back into the market and buy them and create that price action that we want to see.